I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh. Thank you, Commissioners. Lord, we just want to thank you, Lord, for your daily blessings. I want to thank you, Lord, for the assembly of the residents here today, Lord. We just want to also thank you for all that here today to get along and to unite, not divide one another, Lord. We say this in Jesus' name, amen.
Okay, our next public workshop will be Wednesday, January 17th, 10:30 a.m. in this room. And the next regular meeting will be Thursday, January 18th, 10:30. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Wednesday for the workshop, Thursday for the meeting due to Martin Luther King holiday. So Wednesday and Thursday next week, both times at 10:30. So please mark your calendars. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Here.
Ms. Frenchco. Here. Mr. Malloy.
Here.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to RC 121.22 G3 to conference with an attorney for the Trumbull County Board of Commissioners concerning a dispute involving the Board of Commissioners that is the subject of pending or imminent court action.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes,
Should be, he should have called her and he should be ready to go.
She was getting them on the phone.
Okay. I left my door open to figure it out.
motion.
Sorry, motion to reconvene from executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G3.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Okay, item number 3 is to dispense with reading the minutes of the reorganizational meeting dated January 2nd, 2024, and the regular meeting dated January 4th, 2024, and accept and approve the video recordings of the January 2nd, 2024 reorganizational meeting and the January 4th, 2024 regular meeting as the official meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa.
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
No.
Item number 4 is to approve the bills.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 5 is to authorize the Board of Commissioners clerk to award all bids for contract service for repair work of water and sewer lines for 2024 on a per-call or as-needed basis for the Trumbull County Sanitary Engineers Department. And those vendors are JS Bova Excavating LLC, TK Excavating, Lee's Excavating, Inc., and Carrilla Contractors, Inc.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 6 is to authorize Gary Newbrow, sanitary engineer, to issue the notice to proceed and the notice of commencement to Carrilla Contractors, Inc. for the Yankee Lake Sewer Improvements Project number 5-S-18 in the Combined Sanitary Sewer District.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 7 is to approve construction of County Project number 5-S-16, the Scoville Drive Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project located in Vienna Township. The public hearing for this project was held on December 14th, 2023. Results of the public hearing and public comment period indicated 93.77% of the property owners are in support of said project and 6.23% are opposed based on benefited frontage.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 8 is to approve an agreement between the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners, County Sheriff Paul Monroe, and the Village of Newton Falls to provide police protection and services for the Village of Newton Falls. The village agrees to pay the Trumbull County Sheriff's Office the total amount of $399,636.77 for 160 hours of weekly dedicated service. The agreement is for a 12-month period effective January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have payments already been made to this because it's dated effective January 1st? And we're in the middle.
It says payments due on a monthly basis, so I would think we're not at the end of January yet.
Services have been provided, I'm assuming. I sent a question and didn't get any response. I guess what I'd like to say again is that when the Board of Commissioners is responsible for contracting on behalf of the county and all its boards and all its directors and different elected officials. And we need to make sure that we're executing these in advance of when the services are being provided. And I see this as a pattern, and I know that the county lacks an administrator, and the board doesn't seem to take issue with this, but I take exception to it. And I'd like to make sure that our contracts are done properly. And I do appreciate, though, and I have to give credit where it's due. There was some effort by the Sheriff's Department in this contract in particular to ensure that there are costs associated with the vehicles. And that's something that I mentioned before, and a member of my board over here said that there are no costs associated with vehicles, and there
That's not
Hey,
true.
stick to the
That's not
point,
true.
Commissioner.
absolutely are. And
Not true.
I'm glad that they did notice that.
We're not gonna deny police service to Newton Falls over contractual things. If you read the newspapers, Newton Falls is going through turmoil.
You just interrupted my.
I did. I'm
Let's
cutting
not
you
do
off
that.
and we're moving on.
No, no.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Only because this is the services are already performed, and I'm trying to make a point here to say that these things need to be done in advance and in a timely fashion. I'm gonna vote no because it's already the middle of January and this should have been done in December.
There was an agreement in place in 2023.
Yes, and about 30 to 60 days in advance of things expiring, you need to start working on making sure everything's in.
It has no bearing on any audit or anything else. So if you did it then, or if you do it now, as long as the board takes action on it.
Item number 9 is to approve an agreement between the Trumbull County Sheriff Paul Monroe and the Newton Township Board of Trustees for expanded police security and services within the geographical boundaries of Newton Township. The Newton Township Board of Trustees agrees to pay the Trumbull County Sheriff's Office a total of $59,945.52 for 24 hours of weekly dedicated service, due and payable on a monthly basis, and the agreement is for 12 months, effective January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
For the same reason, just that the contract date is retro dated to this meeting, I have to vote no, just to make a point. We need to make sure that these things are coming in a timely fashion.
Item number 10 is to approve the promotion of Mr. Anthony Tedesco as a Training Officer 1, non-bargaining employee with the Trumbull County Department of Job and Family Services, effective February 5th, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
I would have liked some discussion, because what happens over there is that people just get advanced if they're favorite.
Commissioner, we had a workshop yesterday and went over all of this with the Director of Job and Family
Don't
Services.
interrupt.
He went over the
Don't
ranking, he
interrupt.
went over the candidates, he went over all the stuff.
Don't
We're not
interrupt.
gonna waste the taxpayers' time and rehash it
Don't-
again
we
on a
don't
second day,
interrupt.
on a meeting day.
No.
If you want to do the
I
stuff,
agree,
do it in
Commissioner. Let's
advance.
move on. I
Do it
agree.
in
Let's move
advance.
on. Madam
You're
Clerk, let's
complaining
move
about
on.
us not doing, you're complaining about us not doing a contract with the Sheriff's Department in advance.
Let's not
You're not
interrupt.
doing any of your homework in
Let's
advance.
not interrupt. I'm talking about a pattern that occurs over there where the person who's the head of the union ends up being pulled up to be management every single time, and they manipulate the grading sheet that they use for the interviews. This
Come on,
person-
Commissioner.
Again,
You're not gonna make
again, it's
accusations like
conjecture
that.
and assumptions.
That's
Can we please
asinine.
move on?
It's the only candidate with issues with, he acts politically on social media and at large. He has, the only one with attendance
Let's
and
move forward.
disciplinary issues is the one who got moved up. And this is wrong. We need to make sure.
Is your
that
vote
the
yes or no,
appropriate
Commissioner?
people-
Please call the roll.
If she did call the vote, we voted, we're waiting on
An
her vote.
Opportunity to speak uninterrupted.
Okay, you're not going to speak on every item up here. This isn't the Nikki Frenchco hour. This is
Allowed to
a
speak.
annual weekly commissioners meeting to do the business of the people and spend the tax dollars
I'm
wisely.
doing
We all have things to do here today.
Contrary to your belief that we're not equal, women are equal. And I have,
I believe you're the one that goes after women and attacks women.
I have an opportunity to speak too before I execute my.
And there's
vote.
Robert's Rules of Orders where you answer yes or no. There's no
That's not how that
discussion with
works.
that. We're
There-
moving forward.
person
I'm the
has-
chair. If you don't like it, sue us. Let's move forward.
I have the.
Cast your vote or.
I have
it's
the,
an-
I have the ability to
abstain.
preserve the
Abstain.
record with my reason, and you don't get to censor me or stop me from speaking. I will speak.
You wanted us to abide by Robert's Rules of Orders to the T. We're going to start doing that
I will, I
per
will,
your request.
I will,
The board chairman runs the meetings, Commissioner. Yes or no?
I am allowed to speak.
Board chairman runs the meetings. You're
And-
allowed to speak if the
Yes.
board chairman allows you to say more than that.
uninterrupted. And it doesn't, it's not whenever I say something that you don't like, you get to come up and just stop me from speaking, because that's what happens on a weekly basis.
You're attacking department heads. You're making accusations that are false and baseless, and you're wasting the taxpayers' time.
Right now, and that's a opinion. I'm allowed to talk about why I'm voting no. I want that opportunity uninterrupted.
During discussion, when we get to the vote,
Uninterrupted.
discussion is
When I
done.
cast my vote, I can say why I say no.
According to, that's according to Robert's Rules of Orders. Is that what you're saying?
What are you doing? Just arguing for the sake of
No,
preventing?
you want us to abide by Robert's Rules of Orders latest edition. Is that what you're saying? You're allowed to do that during a vote? That's what you just said.
What are you doing here? Blabbering on like a.
Let's please
No,
move
Okay,
on.
move on. Let's abstain. Number 11.
It's not an abstain, and it's not a vote, and it's not a yes, and it's not a no, and I have an opportunity to speak just like everyone else does. You don't move on until I vote.
All right, and there is some Robert's Rules of Orders called nipping. When we have nipping, I could make a call of order there, and we could take a vote on whether you're nipping or not to move on from that. I make a motion that we move on from the nipping in this instance.
Second.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Mr. Cantala Mesa.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Okay, the motion passes. Move on to the next agenda item. If you don't like it, add it to your lawsuit. We're following Robert's Rules of Orders, and that's in the latest edition.
Item
You
number,
just said last week that we're not going by the latest edition. At the reorganizational meeting, I made a motion to explicitly identify which version you're going by, and you said no.
That's been an edition since 1899. Nipping is the first edition for that was in 1899, and it's in every edition since then. You can look it up.
Guys, on drugs
I'll
or
email you a
something.
copy of it.
1899. All right.
item number 11 is to advertise for bids for the
Okay.
furnishing
Auto
of all
control.
labor, material, and
control.
equipment necessary for the Trumbull County Fairgrounds Commercial Building Restroom Upgrade Project in accordance with project specifications.
Okay, I'd like to table this, make a motion to table this motion. There are some things we need to square up before that, before we get to this point to advertise. So I'd like to table that so we have time to do that in the
Oh.
following week.
I'll second that.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Mr. Cantala Mesa.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 12 is to approve the 2023 Annual County Highway System Mileage Certification as reported by the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation in accordance with the provisions specified in the Ohio Revised Code, Section 4501.04, distribution of revenue. The verified mileage as of December 31st, 2023 is 456.696 miles.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 13 is to acknowledge receipt of the proposal for the TRU fiscal year 2025 guardrail upgrade project, which consists of the upgrade of guardrail and end terminals and installation of new guardrail on various routes throughout Trumbull County, and to authorize the clerk of the Board of Commissioners to advertise for sealed bids for the TRU fiscal year 2025 guardrail upgrade project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 14 is to concur with the county engineer to grant the special hauling permit to haul steel coils on Trumbull County roadways requested by the company listed, and that company is J Road Transportation Services, Inc.
Motion to approve?
Second the motion?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 15 is to concur with the county engineer to grant the quarterly operator fleet permit requested by the company listed, and that vendor is Dan Slusher Trucking, Inc.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Cantala Mesa.
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 16 is to concur with the county engineer to grant the special annual supplier fleet permits requested by the companies listed, and those companies are NJM Excavating Service LLC and B&J Environment, Inc.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 17 is to accept the collective bargaining agreement between the Trumbull County Children's Service Board and Teamsters Local Union 377 for a 3-year period effective January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes, and I want to say thank you for sharing your executive summary with me this morning. It was much easier to review that. I read the contract, but you didn't know what had changed without that. So thank you for providing that this morning.
Item number 18 is to award a price proposal to GPD Group, selected as the most qualified engineering firm to provide professional engineering services associated with the project year 2023 CDBG Community Development Program, Howland Scope Center improvements in the amount of $30,000, and to authorize the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners to enter into, sign, and execute an agreement and any related documents.
Motion to approve?
Second that?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 19 is to award a price proposal to GPD Group to provide professional engineering services associated with the project year 2023 CDBG Community Development Program, Emmanuel Community Care Center Masonry and Window Improvements in the amount of $10,000. And to authorize the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners to enter into, sign, and execute an agreement and any related documents.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 20 is to award a price proposal to GPD Group to provide professional engineering services associated with project year 2023 CDBG Community Development Program, Girard Multi-Generational Center, gym roof replacement in the amount of $12,350, and to authorize the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners to enter into, sign, and execute an agreement and any related documents.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 21 is to receive and place on file the October 2023 monthly financial report for the Trumbull County Tourism Bureau.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 22 is to adopt a resolution authorizing expenditure for responding to or mitigating the public health emergency from American Rescue Plan Act funds, ARPA, for the city of Cortland. And Commissioners, if you would look down into the center of the resolution. Whereas the city of Cortland water system involves 7 wells which require generators to ensure the continued operation of the well motors in the event of power outages. And whereas the city has experienced significant power outages which resulted in damage to the existing motors, which is both costly and expensive to replace and causes disruption in the provision of safe drinking water. And whereas the final rule in CWSRF and DWSRF expressly contemplate large capital improvements for water systems, including standby power generators. And whereas the county has determined that the city of Cortland has demonstrated that the purchase of standby power generators is responsive to an identified need to maintain adequate minimum level service and is most cost-effective means for meeting that need, and therefore authorize a one-time grant to the city of Cortland for $300,000 for the purchase of standby power generators.
Motion to approve?
Second that?
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
And item 23 goes along with that to enter into an agreement between the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners and the City of Cortland as approved by ARPA Legal Counsel for the city to purchase standby generators to ensure the continued operation of the well motors in the event of power outages to maintain adequate levels of drinking water for the City of Cortland water system as fully described in Exhibit A. And the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners allocate the sum of $300,000 to the City of Cortland.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item 24 is to adopt a resolution authorizing expenditure for responding to or mitigating the public health emergency from American Rescue Plan Act funds, ARPA, for Downbeat Music Arts Center. And Commissioners, on the next page and for the center, whereas Downbeat Music Arts Center is a 501 nonprofit created to provide a professional music studio space and mentorship to musicians within the region and provide opportunities for musicians that are not otherwise accessible in the area. And whereas Downbeat Music has requested $30,000 to complete the building of the Downbeat Music facility to finalize the music studio space. And whereas Downbeat Music has demonstrated the facility it is constructed is located in a QCT and it is an industry presumed harmed by the pandemic, and has further demonstrated that the commencement of construction and programming was delayed as a direct result of the pandemic, as well as due to rising costs following the onset of the pandemic, and has also secured funding from other sources, including ARPA funds from the city of Warren. Whereas the county has determined that Downbeat Music has demonstrated it is an adversely impacted industry, and the grant requested is reasonable, responsive to the harm caused by COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore the county has determined that in the judgment of the board, the following grant qualifies as a type of project which will respond to and mitigate the adverse economic effects of the pandemic, which consist of the following: a one-time grant to Downbeat Musical Arts Center in the amount of $30,000 for the completion of the build-out renovation of the Downbeat Music facility.
Motion to approve?
Second that.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Okay, and item 25 goes along with that to enter into an agreement between the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners and Downbeat Musical Arts Center, Downbeat Music, as approved by ARPA Legal Counsel, for Downbeat Music to provide a professional music studio space and mentorship to musicians within the region, to provide opportunities that are not otherwise accessible to musicians in the area, and will be constructed in a QCT as fully described in Exhibit A. And the Board of County Commissioners allocates the sum of $30,000 to Downbeat Music.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 26 is to reappoint Sister Jean Orsuto as a member of the Trumbull County Children's Service Board for an additional 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 27 is to reappoint Ms. Nicolette Darkangelo as a member of the Trumbull County Children's Service Board for an additional 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
No.
Item number 28 is to reappoint Ms. Christina Anderson as a member of the Trumbull County Senior Services Advisory Council for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 29 is to reappoint Ms. Karen Zaire as a member of the Trumbull County Senior Services Advisory Council for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending January 1st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second that.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 30 is to reappoint Ms. Roberta Sycon as a member of the Trumbull County Senior Service Advisory Council for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending January 1st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second that.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
No.
Item number 31 is to appoint Mr. Robert Woofter as a member of the Trumbull County Senior Service Advisory Council for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second that.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Item number 32 is to acknowledge the retirement of Ms. Kathy Hollenbank from her position of Accounts Payable Clerk with the Trumbull County Auditor's Office. Ms. Hollenbank retires effective January 12th, 2024, with 20 years of service to Trumbull County. The Board of Commissioners joins the Trumbull County Auditor and her staff in paying a fond farewell to Kathy and wish her many years of happiness, good health, and relaxation for which she is most deserving.
Motion to approve for sure.
Second.
Mr. Cantala Mesa,
Yes.
Mr. Malloy,
Yes.
Ms. Frenchco.
Yes.
Would you like to read the resolution?
I need a blue pen.
Kathy, would you like to come up? As I mentioned before, we got so many gifted and talented people here in Trumbull County. We've got these many of people. As we are to get new people and lose such wonderful people, Kathy, most deserving of this resolution, and I'm going to read this for the record. Board of Trumbull County Commissioners honoring Kathy Hollenbank upon the retirement from the Trumbull County Auditor's Office. And whereas it is with great pleasure that the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners join the Auditor's Office in paying a fond farewell to Kathy Hollenbank. And whereas Kathy will be retiring from the Auditor's Office on January 12th, 2024, with 20 years of serving in the agency. As Kathy began her career with the Auditor's Office on February 3rd, 2004, serving in the Dog and Vendor License Department before transitioning. We remained there during the duration of her time within the auditor. Whereas Kathy's experience, dedication, and devotion have proved invaluable during her 20 years of service. She also provided a good dose of spunk and a sense of humor. Been depended upon for guidance, leadership, friendship, and knowledge. Serve the residents of Trumbull County in a caring and professional manner. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trumbull County Commissioners honors Kathy Hollenbank for her outstanding, dedicated, and never-ending service to Trumbull County, especially her devotion and expertise. Furthermore, be it resolved, the Board of County Commissioners joins the staff of the Trumbull County Auditor's Office in congratulating Kathy upon her retirement. Really wishes her many years of happiness, good health, and relaxation. Sincere thanks and best wishes, Board of Trumbull County Commissioners Denny Malloy, Mauro Cantala Mesa, and Kathy. Thank you so much. We don't have the laminated version yet, but we will have that if you want.
Okay, that concludes our regularly scheduled business.
Oh, we have something else that needed to be on, that we were asked to put on the agenda. I think that we need to make sure that it's addressed in some fashion.
So please speak in the microphone if you can, just a little closer, Commissioner.
Relates to the Board of, I'm not exactly sure what the dollar amount is, but it's the Board of Commissioners authorizing Trumbull County to join with the county prosecuting attorney. I know that we all received this language and it wasn't put on.
We discussed it yesterday at the workshop.
Yeah, we're searching for an attorney right now.
You're searching for an attorney?
Yes. We have to find an attorney to represent us. it's been recommended to us, so we find an attorney to deal with the,
Attorney Nader's already been doing,
But if
we
you,
have a conflict.
if you read that, there's a conflict
The
in there.
engineer, and another issue against or against us. So there's a conflict of interest.
Bill
The-
Danzo even
the
alludes. to
county
that, that it's
engineer
probably
hired
best to
Nader and
hire our
Nader.
own.
But there's a conflict with them representing him and us because of other issues that are still at hand.
It was discussed at length in the
I think
workshop.
we need someone. Well, I don't understand that this is really a conflict at this point. I mean, Educational Highway is the only other thing that he was representing him on where we had different counsel.
No, he's not. It's more than educational highway. He's representing him, the engineer on more than educational highway.
Against the board? Like,
I don't know that. I'm just going by what the Bill Danzo says in the letter.
I made phone calls yesterday to a couple of firms. I contacted some of the other entities that are partners in this project. They gave me a few names also, people that they work with where there's no conflict, where it might be a little smoother sailing. This is a massive project.
the other entities, or what, who did you contact?
The Port Authority and Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, what other attorneys?
They gave me a couple of law firms out of Cleveland area that specialize in development,
Oh.
TIDS, GIFs.
That- You're talking about food? You're
No.
talking about peanut butter, honey?
No,
Okay.
No.
So
don't call me honey either.
Okay, all right. Well, that's something that I suggested before.
Raymond, do
and
you
it
see
was-
this?
it was
Do you see
com-
the unprofessionalism? I'm sorry. This
it
is
was
ridiculous. It is
That's-
absolutely
That's
ridiculous.
who we want to reach out to if we're looking for someone who specializes, the only one that regionally is a certified planner.
He's the only one in the state of Ohio that can handle JEDs and things like that. That's the only one.
He's APA certified, is what I'm saying. I actually did, if you look in the notes from about a year ago, I had a list of about 10 different attorneys that specialize in them. I could get that to the board again, but the one that's the best and he's regional and he is APA certified is him.
That'll be a decision for the
only-
majority of the
it's the
board to
only
make
attorney that
after
I know.
we.
If you know of
look for
another,
that.
I challenge you to find another attorney that's APA certified.
At the end of the day, Kimberly Clark is going to be obviously an enormous economic impact on our area. This has to do with property appropriation potentially by the board, has to do with road vacations and dedications and that sort of thing. So we want to have the proper specified representation. So the board will do that.
That's, yeah, that's what I tried to do for Mercy Health too. And I had a list. I suggest reaching out to Tony Coyne.
Okay.
YNE, APA certified special.
Only noted, that'll be one of the ones you put on the list to interview or to talk about at the workshop next Tuesday.
Commissioner, you're not putting your hands by that heater, so can you turn it off? Thank you.
Okay. Any other business?
Yeah, I wanted to bring something up. I don't know if I should go, well, I'll just say it right here. So there is. I am really tired of being accused of making up some page, and I'm tired of being threatened to sue. That you're gonna, I'd like to invite Mr. Hernandez to sue me. That's what I, personally, yes, please, if you're gonna make a threat,
Is this
Then
really
you
the
should do
venue
it.
to do this?
yeah.
Oh,
so this
well.
right Here says Rub's Guide. It is Ohio.
This is not the-
Export
this is
Service-
Commissioner, this
not
has
the
nothing
venue
to
to
do
do
with
this.
county business.
This is not a political smear time for you,
That's your
Commissioner.
business. This is a 3 Seafoot spa. It was posted on December 28th. You are either complicit, I believe, in my opinion, you're either complicit or you're just plain stupid.
Commissioner, are you stupid? Because when you had your campaign fundraiser, you had to RSVP to a woman who was arrested for prostitution this summer in Columbiana County.
This is.
And I'll
this
present
is-
that to the paper. Your campaign chairperson was arrested for solicitation and fined $200.
in a trustee that's harboring what appears to be human trafficking, and I would really.
That's out of line.
I would really.
I'm gonna let her go. No, let her go. Give her rope because this is a great
No,
lawsuit.
and if you need a
Good.
fundraiser to help you raise the money for your legal fees to sue me, I'd be happy to start it.
What?
So,
Commissioner, this is way out of line and way beyond the scope of what we're here for in county business. This is absolutely,
We're turning the Trumbull County Commissioners meetings into political vitriol. everyone.
No, we have a Oriental massage, Asian massage.
Oriental is a slanderous word.
Yeah, it's Asian.
You're the one that's all about ethnicity. That's a slander.
That's a racist word.
A racist
Commissioner.
word.
It's a massage parlor that with a picture of a young girl. There's a picture of a young girl holding a teddy bear offering gentlemen specials. It was posted on December 28th, and it is at a facility that you know of. And then you took your post down coincidentally defending the business on the same day that they took down their Facebook page. And you pretend you got mouthpieces out there pretending that somehow that this advertisement was going on before the business took place. And these were put up here as recently as a couple weeks ago. So.
Oh, let her go. Let her go.
Done, go ahead. I'm done.
Trustee Hernandez, you have the right to defend yourself here.
Thank you, commissioners. I respectfully ask for a little more time here because I think it's going to take a little more time to respond to these allegations. In light of the recent posts that Ms. Frenchco and her evildoers have posted on Facebook on a property on 180 West Liberty Street in Hubbard, in which I rent. I do not own a business or some sort of, as you resort to, Oriental massage parlor. You have also accused me.
You
own
own the facility.
You've also accused me of human trafficking.
It's
You've
being
accused me-
investigated at your facility and you're concealing it. No. If I
Let him
could-
talk.
we interrupt
He's
each other.
talking. It's his.
Okay. False allegations. I own a Oriental massage parlor, completely false. The fact, I own a property that rents to a legitimate reflexology and foot massage business,
It's not licensed with the state of
Re-
Ohio.
My God.
Let her go.
licensed to operate in the state of Ohio.
Not a licensed massage therapist there.
listen?
It's registered to Flushing, New York, where that's the epicenter for human trafficking.
Commissioner, let
Ma'am.
him speak and then you will have your
Ma'am,
rebuttal.
I
Let him speak.
beg to disagree with you. In addition to that, this is all nothing more than some sort of a smear campaign, because I think you know that coming in March 19th, you are going to be removed from office and we are going to be vindicated. All these people that you have hurt in the past and that you
Are
continue,
you concerned about those girls that are over there working in a sex?
those girls that
trafficking
you are
business?
discussing are not
Give him the floor.
there, ma'am.
This is a.
If
they're
you,
not there
if you
now,
would,
or
I would
maybe they
more
are.
than happy pay for your massage there if you would like to go to
I'd
see
be-
what's going
I'd
on
be
there.
happy for you to pay for your attorney and sue me because the affirmative.
I'm not going to
defense
give you the
against-
pleasure to sue you, ma'am. And another reason why I will not do that
Then you
is
won't,
I'm not going to be
because an
part
Affirmative,
of,
a
I will not be
defense-
a part.
a defense to that is truth, and you don't want the truth to come out in depositions and with evidence.
Okay, a little bit of background on this foot spa.
It's not a foot spa.
Prior to meeting the building for current tenant for the mini spa and massage business, I performed my due diligence in making sure the business was legitimate and not performing in illegal services. I, in
It's-
addition, had a criminal background check as well as a credit check performed. I also verified that the company is registered to do business in Ohio. I spoke to the Trumbull County Board of Health
In there.
and the
it's-
chief
it's
of
been there
police
since
Point of
before
order,
and
that.
the mayor.
Commissioner.
Oh, it's okay for people.
there were
to
no
interrupt me.
complaints.
This is
Kim,
cute.
can you shut the microphones
is
down up
cute.
front, please?
There were no complaints that the laws were being broken to allow this massage parlor to operate. They both
No.
both the mayor and the police chief have informed me they have never had a complaint there.
Your police chief,
Yes, Ms.
You-
Chief Thompson, which by the way, ma'am,
one who denied.
which
his
by
right
the
to
way,
operate
your
business.
allegations and your lies have caused my community considerable damage.
No.
Negativity, the mayor's unhappy, the chief of police is unhappy. You called the mayor and you had asked them why they had not, yes, you did call the mayor. I talked to Ben Kyle. You have talked to Ben Kyle and had asked him why they have not investigated that property. Why? Because there is nothing going on at that property.
I notified him because the human trafficking task force wanted
Ma'am, you give me credit and I would be the first one to shut the place down. And I would also evict
Why are
the
they?
tenants.
Tell me how a legitimate massage parlor has nothing but advertisements of young girls saying young Asian professional masseurs holding teddy bears and holding their hands up to their mouth like that. Like
The-
seriously, is that
The current
that-
owner is 50 years of age,
and why would she
undergoing,
put- And she posted this. Look, it's an organized situation where you have people they are connected to Flushing, New York. They come through certain.
I don't know where
routes.
you're going with this, but I would welcome you to take a visit to that. People have, and they will tell you no such thing is going on in that building.
To do massages there. There's not one licensed massage therapist there.
The current owner is
There?
50 years old. Let me get to this here. She has one employee that is 35 years of age. There are no young girls employed there.
Why are they?
I
They're
understand-
advertising it for sex trafficking. It
Can't
says
get anywhere.
Why would you allow a building that you own to be advertised for escort services?
I have no control over the advertising of any business, ma'am.
You.
Commissioner, why would you allow someone to handle the money in the reservation?
I do not own the
Who was arrested for prostitution this summer? That's human trafficking.
This is horrible that
Your
you're
campaign
defending
manager.
business. You're.
Go to Citizens
you're
Against
re-
Nikki Frenchco. Everybody that wants to see this and look for
Please.
yourself. You'll
You're-
see all
you're
the proof on there.
defending- You're
You'll see the stuff with
defending a
her.
massage parlor where that's.
Defending anything,
you
but you're
guys-
making
we should
allegations.
Please let me continue here with what I have to say because this woman here is
No.
not going to let me speak.
Trumbull County, will someone defend a massage parlor that's under investigation by a task force
Yeah.
that is
Have
advertising?
you talked to the head of the
women.
task force? Tell
that
me
is
that. Have you
Advertising.
talked to anybody from the
that is
task force, Commissioner?
Advertising young women for massages.
Yeah, this is off the rails.
This is the pictures. These are the types of pictures that are out there. You can look. Yes, and everything's been screen recorded too for preservation because.
Are you
it's just-
responsible for
it's
the
just a-
renters in your rental
it's
units,
just a
Commissioner
co- it's
Frenchco?
Just a coincidence that that the advertisement on the social media page goes down the same day that
That's
he
because
takes
they're
down
tired
the
of you cutting and
thing. Oh, I see
pasting
what you're doing.
illegal porno to that site. That's what it is, ma'am.
No,
You have illegally,
You took
posted,
down
cut
your
and
post.
pasted.
Where's your post defending it? Where's your post defending it? You put.
I
them
don't need to
in the
defend
paper.
myself, ma'am.
You put them.
I
up,
am a
you should take
landlord.
them
I
down.
am not the owner
You know
of an
what they're
Oriental
doing
massage
there.
parlor.
You know what they're doing there and it's.
This is nothing more than a smear campaign because you know you're in trouble March 19th and you're going to lose your campaign, ma'am.
Not what Trumbull County needs this is not
Okay.
economic
So
development.
you are casting a
okay?
black eye on a whole
What
township.
do you
the
have
whole
a
city of
percentage,
Hubbard.
please?
I like
No
to move
reason.
forward. This
That's
woman has
disgusting,
accused me
right?
of wearing women's clothes while I perform
Oh,
in my
okay.
band. Okay, these are the kind of things that this woman brings up.
Your fishnet.
She
your
has
fishnet is
alienated
not-
herself with anyone in the car business, trying to depict a used
Okay.
car salesman as a crook.
As a person who has a
As a
massage
crook.
parlor and lets
All
people
right.
continue to operate
I'm
there.
a,
Okay.
I'm an owner operator of a business since
You're
1969
not. You
in
don't even
Hubbard,
own that.
Ohio,
That's
with a
your-
great
your
reputation.
Families.
And
How
my
many-
band has been
how
in the
many-
entertainment
how
business
many
for over
cars have you
44
sold?
years.
How many
okay?
cars have
How
you
many
sold?
houses?
I know what
you
it's like
sold?
to be on a stage. All right.
No, seriously, because people in the community think that there are people who've reached out. There are people who think that car dealership is a cover for what's going on across the
Since
street.
1969.
because
That's,
it's
that's outlandish. That's,
across the street.
All
That's
right.
what, that's.
Commissioners, thank you. I'm
the
not going to
people-
go any
reflect
further
the
with this
board.
because
Whatever
it's
she's
nothing
saying
more than,
is what she's saying.
it's libel and slander.
Yes.
And I
Sue
hope
me.
that the person that owns the foot spa does come forward and sue you for libel and
Posted-
defamatory
it was
comments,
posted
ma'am.
December
I will not give
28th.
you that opportunity because I know where you're going March 19th.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are disgusting. It's disgusting that you're complicit and you're knowledgeable of something and you're allowing that to happen. That is that's disgusting. It doesn't, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
and instead of coming here and asking for any help with the dam or anything that relates to the community, all the times that he's been here is just for photo ops and never brought anything up to ask for expertise, advice. But it's your Democrat
Shook.
supporters,
Trumbull County resident.
Rhino.
I can't believe what I just witnessed here. I really can't. I can't believe it at all. I can't believe a sitting commissioner in a public meeting just challenged somebody to sue.
Please.
I can't believe that. You just asked a man in public meeting to sue the commissioners. Are you insane?
Just me.
And you interrupted him the entire time he spoke. I don't know how that's not disrupting a meeting, and you should be arrested again. It was his time, not yours. And Commissioner Morrow, I would like to thank you for coming to the meeting Saturday over in Hubbard and attending the Colbert meeting. It's a shame that the other commissioner, Frenchco, that was there, had to go outside during her live feed and say bad things about Commissioner Malloy, Rick Hernandez, Dan Polivka, because everything's a joke to her. And it was so bad when she came inside the meeting, she stood outside the meeting room and she continued to do it. And she actually upset a resident of Hubbard. You can see that resident walk off, very upset. I don't know. It just keeps getting worse every week here. I don't know where this is going. It's getting dangerous. Why isn't somebody stepping in and challenging this woman's mental health?
Dangerous.
It's bad. Thank you.
I've never seen such lunacy in my entire life. My name is Francine Dale. I'm a Trumbull County resident. Commissioners Malloy, Cantal Mesa, and your staff, you have our utmost respect and admiration for the crap that you have to endure all the time. And then the fact that you had to do it 3 times in a row last week, Purple Heart. I have a question, first of all, and I'm asking on behalf of many people. And the question is, can the Trumbull County residents, including myself, demand that Frenchco get drug tested on a regular basis? And if so, how do we go about doing that? I'm glad you find that funny.
Oh my God.
And if this is something we have to discuss after the meeting, we can do that. But I have been asked to ask that question. Next, a few weeks ago, I attended the ludicrous, asinine, and absurd 9.5-hour hearing against Sean Shook. Frenchco dredged up 2.5 years worth of incidents that had nothing to do with Sean, all because she is so mentally unstable and hyper fixated on getting attention all the time. What happened a few weeks ago was completely wrong and uncalled for. I would say you should be ashamed of yourself, but feelings like that aren't felt by heartless people who have black souls. Sadly, I believe you got great pleasure and enjoyment out of that, just like what you're doing to a business in Hubbard, whose owner is dealing with a life-threatening health issue and honestly does not need this in her life. Shut up!
People should be.
Commissioner, she has the floor.
People
She
should
has
be
the floor.
picketing over there.
Do
to
you even
stop
care
that, to
about
shut
that?
down.
I believe the lower you stoop,
That is near
the
a
happier
school.
you are.
There's a school.
in an
and
attempt to try to
residents-
make yourself look
There
good.
are
You
residents over
stoop
there.
at nothing.
There are residents over there who've reached out and complained because they see people there at night. People are getting Uber to and from the truck stop there. They're parking in an apartment and walking over. There are
Commissioner, if you
mothers of
realize what a
people who are
black eye you were
upset that
shining on
this
Trumbull
woman
County for all people that are
right next to
watching.
them.
You're disparaging the truck stop. You're disparaging the city. What you're saying the residents haven't done anything. They've turned a blind eye.
Yeah, you
How
are
do you
turning
do
a
that?
blind eye. I don't know if you guys patronize this place. It's like the mini Epstein Island or something like that, where there's a client list that you guys are saying, you mentioned last week. You guys need to just stop and stop defending a massage parlor.
I'm
that is
defending the
under-
city of Hubbard.
Sick. You guys have taken Trumbull County to a new low to where
Now,
it's
you
like
being here
organized
is a new
crime or
low.
something, where elected officials are protecting and defending a business that involves potentially human trafficking. This is a new low for Trumbull County's good old boys, period.
So in an attempt to make herself look good, she stops at nothing to try to destroy anyone who speaks truth about her and holds her accountable for her psychopathic behavior. If anyone in this room thinks they're exempt from her sick retribution, you're wrong. And that includes you, Mr. Smith. The minute you disagree with her, you're next. When our No French Coast signs first began going up, she claimed they didn't bother her and appreciated the free advertising. But yet she's having her minions steal them from people's private properties. But now baby girl needs attention. And all of a sudden, she claims we're putting these signs up to intimidate her and make her fearful. This is the commissioner
Who's paying
that
for this?
bullies and
I am
harasses anyone
curious
she
about who's
can
paying for
at
them. Is
any
it
given
you?
opportunity.
Because are you guys making sure that you're reporting it? Because that's one thing I'm interested in knowing, because if you are posting signs and selling t-shirts as part of a political action against me on behalf of a candidate, then that needs to be reported.
No, we're
to your
not. We
donation.
have,
Who's
You-
we
paying for
have
that?
First Amendment rights, and that's what we're doing.
Yes. Right, and if it's political, there needs to be some level of reporting. It's not political?
Commissioner, the anti-Frenchco campaign started way before Rick Hernandez was a candidate. That was going on years ago.
Hmm.
This is the commissioner that bullies and harasses anyone she can at any given opportunity. This is the same individual who I have seen claim on her commissioner's page that she believes she's the modern day David, a warrior sent by God to slay the giants in Trumbull County and end the corruption. But we're making her fearful with our signs? Or were you just lying in court again while under oath for the attention and sympathy? This is just another example of how you talk out of both sides of your mouth on a regular basis. It's amazing when you want to act like a scared little girl, how soft-spoken and timid you pretend to be, being asked to speak up all the time. But when you want to be a royal, you know what, you just let it rip. People can hear you from miles away. You want to talk about being fearful? How do you think the people in this building feel knowing that you have a gun on you all the time? Knowing that you are mentally unstable and can detonate the
Let's
minute
just
things
say
don't go
that in
your way.
order to have a gun and a
I know it's
concealed carry
unsettling
permit,
because
you
I
have
used
to
to
have
work in
a,
this building.
you have to have
Shut
a
your mouth,
background
please.
check.
There is no concealed carry
And-
permit anymore. It's open
I
carry now.
understand, but I had that, and in order to obtain that, you have to have
How
background
do
checks.
you think the
and so
people
on
in this
and so forth.
building
So
feel,
these are-
knowing
these
you
are
have that
people-
all the
this is-
time? And knowing that you're mentally unstable?
Okay.
After your hammer incident, I know for a fact that some were very
Oh my
concerned what your next
God.
step and stupid move would be. Maybe they should file a CPO against you. There would definitely be more legitimate grounds than what you had against Sean.
Okay, can we get back to county business?
Yeah, this is county business.
No, this is not,
You
but
opening this can of worms, Commissioner.
Your time is coming up though soon.
it's been up, but you know, as long as it's against me, go have
Yeah.
at it.
Do you know there are actually people out there praying for you,
Thank you.
that you would get proper help? You should be thankful for that.
I am thankful for prayer.
Well, you should be. But the first step in getting help is admitting you need it. And in closing, I would like to say this. At one point, a group of people joined together to have you removed. Over time, this group became a very tight-knit group of friends, having each other's back as much as possible.
My goodness.
Every time
is off
you
the
attack
rails.
another innocent
This
person,
is really off
whether
the
it
rails.
be
I
a
really
Trumbull
wanna get
County
back to
business, a resident, or a county employee, know this, that you are not intimidating us, but bringing us together stronger all the time.
Okay.
You are not the only one that has First Amendment rights,
This is
even
way
though you
more than
think
two
you
minutes,
are.
and You're just allowing this to
Wrap,
go.
wrap it up.
and we will continue to exercise our rights
This
just
is
as you do.
Far over 2 minutes.
And the more you attack, the more determined we will become to move forward with full force and be very intentional in getting the truth out about you and making sure you are not reelected. Trumbull County deserves better, and you are the furthest thing from it. Thank you.
I like the pink shirt. That's cute. Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything? Anything for the good of Trumbull County?
Michael Schrodak, retired English teacher. Couple of things. First of all, the circle with a line through it that says no more French go. That doesn't need a disclaimer by law because it is not endorsing any political candidates. You know, I was upset when they had that blank Biden sign and I complained and they said it doesn't need a disclaimer because it's not doing anything except expressing a person's First Amendment rights. She claimed it bothered her, yet she showed up at a Fifth Ward Warren council person's property and took pictures of the sign and argued with the council
That's
person.
not true.
That's trespassing.
That's not true.
That is
an absolute lie.
absolutely true.
That's an absolute lie. You don't just get to come up here and look. This is.
Ms. Frenchco, I
that's
don't
an
lie. You're the
absolute
person that
lie.
called me a stalker and said I was on your front lawn taking
You
pictures
are lying.
and waving a camera. I don't lie. but you
are
lie.
lying.
I have 3
Oh my God.
copies of you stalking Andrew Tripolis for 5 years, an order against you, a second 5-year order, and another
That's
order of
fine.
you stalking your own sister, Natasha Frenchco. You had those sealed, but the witnesses came forward and gave us those. And I, as a school
That's
teacher
fine.
and the department chairman at Niles McKinley High School, interviewed Natalie, and I won't mention her last name, who when she was a senior at high school,
Oh,
you sent her a nude picture of her teacher, and you sent them to all the students at Harding High School.
that's not true.
That is absolutely
That's
true.
not
And
true.
I've got an email here where you admitted it to Andrew.
Oh,
And what did you
wow.
call it?
You guys are nuts.
What did you
Like,
call
your
it?
Group collectively.
What
is
did you
out of
call it?
control.
What kind of retribution did you call it when you sent those nude pictures to those students?
You guys are out of control.
That is absolutely true. And I've got your email, Nikki Frenchco at neo.rr.com, sending it to Andrew saying that you were justified in doing it. Justified in sending nude pictures to Harding High School students, 2006. And you stuck the nude picture on him on the
Okay.
front of O'Donnell's. And I've got the police report
You guys are out of
and the
control.
barmaid. So don't try to hide your past because you're a narcissist who accuses everyone of doing the things that you do.
Control.
And
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
true. You want to
The
see the
nuts
email?
in full force.
You want Natalie to tell you what you sent her when she was a senior at high school in 2006?
Okay. You guys are literally out of control.
Mr. Joseph, can someone please bring him the microphone? Hopefully you'll be a breath of fresh air and change the topic here, sir.
Yeah, you know, it's been a while since I've been here and I don't regret it. But Commissioner Malloy, you know how much I appreciate your position, all 3 of your positions, because your position is difficult. You're dealing with a rough county, quite frankly, with people with a lot of strong opinions. But Commissioner Malloy, since you are the head of the group, you're the lead. I have a criticism, if you don't mind. You know, I'm perfectly honest. Is there some way, I understand the frustration, I do. But this isn't the venue for it. the venue for what we have to understand is you're here, whether we like you or not, you're here to help guide this county into a more progressive and positive state. And this venom that keeps getting thrown out on both sides doesn't accomplish a dang thing. And if there is some way, and I know your position's difficult because there's a lot of strong personalities here, a lot of A-type personalities. But if there's some way you can channel our energy into making our county better, I'd really appreciate it. There's a lot of problems in this county. I work for a nonprofit. I talk to these people every day and the struggles they go through every day. And quite frankly, and pardon my French, it pisses me off that we're not talking about things that we need to talk about to make this county better. Instead, we're bickering back and forth on things that aren't going to help us at all. There's an old saying, you're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. And right now I see a lot of people being part of the problem. And I think that falls on your shoulders because you are the lead. Fair's fair. And if there is some way that you can start herding these cats into a more positive process, because this negative stuff is not helping us. So why do we keep doing it? What did Einstein say? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's insanity. And this is insanity. I'm sorry, because I do appreciate your position. I do. And I would never call you anything but Commissioner Malloy, Commissioner Frenchco, and Commissioner Kendall Mesa, as difficult was to learn how to say your last name.
I'd like to move on. Can I-
Well, he addressed me first. He addressed me first. So I want to respond, then you have your time.
That's
I do hear what you're saying, and these commissioner meetings are not fun. When you got to deal with this stuff, I wish they would keep it on Citizens Against Nikki Frenchco and Nikki Frenchco commissioner. They want to fight it out social media wise. They want to hold press conferences.
Facilitate it. You don't just get to sit up here and you're a bully every week and you
What do you-
facilitate this.
What do you do?
This is ridiculous.
Are you going to let me talk or are you going to bully through?
You guys have kept me from being the president of the board because you want the chaos because it serves your purpose. And then you point
The only
to
purpose,
me
the only
when it's
purpose this
you
chaos
guys
serves is selling
orchestrating it.
Tribune
You have
Chronicles.
been orchestrating it for the last few years collectively. When I came in, I'm sorry, people don't like when you disrupt the corrupt. Okay. And that's what I've been doing since I've been here. So what do? They go ahead and they do this. They try to deflect and project what they're doing onto me. They try to blame me when they are the reason that we have a problem. I have been here trying to correct things, to improve things, to bring policies. I mean, they're starting to take some of the things that I've been suggesting and incrementally putting them in. When I bring it up, they do it under protest sometimes, but
I wish you would bring the ideas to a public meeting before this, so we don't have to discuss it and argue it and be caught with a gotcha on the day of a meeting.
quit
You
pretending.
got some good ideas sometimes.
There-
They'd be great ideas on
there-
Tuesday when we could be prepared for
Okay,
today.
one thing that we need to talk about, did we update the procurement with Tanya? Because I just need to make sure that happened because we started voting to approve all of the ARPA spending for this year. And when that happens, you need to make sure that annually the procurement for the ARPA has been updated. And I don't remember if we did that
In the
this year.
prosecutor's office.
But so everything that we've authorized to spend related to ARPA shouldn't be spent until we've got our procurement in place. That's how that worked last year. We had to rescind those things and do it correctly. And I need to make sure that that's done because when I was reviewing the agenda, that was something that I thought of because in absence of an administrator, there's no one checking to make sure that everything is done correctly like that, like proper bidding, like making sure we're following our own rules. Those are the kinds of things that I'm interested and they're interested in politics. And I can't help that. No one wants,
If you're,
But- Yeah,
I'm not to be argumentative, because I'm not, I really am not like that. If it's something that the three of you have to get together in order for
Want
the
to.
team to work.
it will
You
never
have
happen. They
to.
want me gone.
And if it won't, but hang on one second, if it won't work, then you leave.
Mm-mm.
Because you can't
He can leave.
keep beating your head against the wall.
Exactly. Then he can leave. Don't tell me to leave. He
I
can
didn't
leave.
say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
What we
Um,
have is we have
And we
people who
circle
are-
back to,
we have people who are here who the way this has happened in Trumbull County for decades is the department heads run everything. They don't, and there's political.
Commissioner, you haven't been here for
favor.
decades.
I've
You are
been
assuming, and this is
Trumbull County
conjecture.
has. We see. it.
Please
There's
don't
more-
speak,
There's more.
speak fact.
There's more
Speak
staff.
fact and speak about yourself, not other prior boards. Speak about yourself.
It has been going on for years.
In your
Trumbull
opinion, in
County.
your
In
opinion.
Trumbull County, where the tail wags the dog. There is no accountability. They just do what they want, and then they come and they tell the commissioners to vote yes on everything. That's how Trumbull County works. Now, I'm here as a person who understands government a bit more, who has a background and
How many jobs, how
has
many
background
paying
and
jobs have you
experience.
had before this job?
How-
Where you actually got a paycheck?
An experience related to being a commissioner, and they push back because finally there's someone here trying to get the buildings graded, trying to make sure that we're doing our procurement correctly, trying to make sure that everything as far as procurement that should be in there is done right, that our budgeting and that everything is done in a way that it's not been done traditionally. And they buck it. They don't want to change anything because it's.
I'll make a motion to
it's
adjourn.
them.
I'm not going to sit here and be
Second that
slandered and
motion.
defamed by
Yep.
this person. I'm sorry. I can't take it.
Mr. Cantala Mesa.
Then leave.
Yes.
Mr. Malloy.
Can't take
Yes.
it, then leave.
Okay.